Welcome back. Joining us now is Tim Watson, our local advice attorney, here to help with practical tips for those navigating the legal system. Tim, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, good to be here, guys.
Yeah,
thanks for having me.
Now, today we're talking about people who might be going to court for the first time.
That's right.
So how can people kind of prepare for that?
So everybody wants to know, court is scary. The number one rule, I think, the number one rule for attorneys and for clients, be prepared. The job of an attorney at its simplest is to apply the law to the facts. Sounds simple, it's a little difficult. I don't know the facts. You know the facts. It's your story. And so take some time to help your attorney understand your story. Get together the documents that prove your story. All of this should have happened months before you actually end up in a courtroom. Sure. But take some time to hold your attorney's hand and make sure that they understand your story so that when you get there, you're both prepared to tell the story, because that's what you're doing. You're telling your story when you go to court.
Yeah. Right, makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Now this seems like an obvious one, but how important is punctuality when you go to court?
So it's very important. Some judges are very meticulous about when you arrive and get upset if you're not there on time. But I mean, you're going to court because it's important to you.
Right.
And you want to make sure that you're there, not just on time. I say arrive 30 minutes early. I try to arrive 30 minutes early just because you might have traffic problems. But also, I'm trying to make sure everything is ready to go when court starts, and I want to make sure that my clients are there and my witnesses are there. So get there early. And this should also go without saying, but dress well. It's an important day, and it conveys to everyone that you're taking it seriously and you believe it's important if you dress up a little bit. You don't have to wear a tuxedo, you don't have to wear top and tails, but show up in a button-up shirt, you know, with some pants and a sports coat maybe.
Okay.
Look nice.
Yeah. So now let me ask this question. Talking about kind of courtroom etiquette do's and don'ts, right? Can you kind of share some of that?
So I think the number one rule for anybody is just to be courteous. Try to be respectful. It is difficult to be a judge. A judge is trying to listen to what everybody is saying, and the judge doesn't necessarily know what's going on in depth the way that you do. And if she doesn't understand what's being said, or if he doesn't understand what's being said, it's hard to make the right decision. And so when you're testifying as a witness, listen to the question that's asked you and respond to that question, which sounds simple, but when you're nervous, it's hard.
Yeah.
Sure.
And when the judge speaks, stop talking. It really doesn't matter what you're saying. Stop talking when the judge speaks and listen to what the judge has to say, and let the attorneys talk that out before you start speaking again.
Well, playing that out a little further, maybe the judge has a question for you and you're unsure of how to answer. What do you do in those situations, Tim?
Anytime you're unsure of how to answer, you ask for clarification or you say you're not sure. It is perfectly okay to say, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Perfectly okay. And if the judge asks a question that you don't know the answer to, part of the reason you have an attorney is so that when the attorney starts asking you these questions again, they'll help you reach that answer.
Sure.
It's not on you to give up and get up and give a monologue when you're sitting on the witness stand. Your attorney is going to help you get the things out that you need to say, especially if it's something the judge just said she wants to hear about.
Yeah, these are great tips. And how can folks reach out to you maybe if they have questions or need some legal advice? What's the best way to do that?
Give us a call, absolutely. The phone number I think is going to be listed on the screen, but 100% that's the best way to get me. Give me a call and we'll talk it through. That's how this works.
And that's what I love. It's all about preparation, and I know that MGW Law Partners are there to be with you every step of the way, starting months before all the way up into your court date.
Our goal is to understand who you are so that we can help you show the court what it is that you're trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll give them a call, reach out to them, MGW Law Partners, and thanks as always for being on the show.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks to MGW for sponsoring this segment. We appreciate you. Stay with us. Got more Good Day in WA coming up right after this quick break.